The following broadcast is intended solely for people of 18 years of age or more. We are not told what we can and cannot broadcast. Because of this, the show may contain themes and subjects such as violence, sex, money, conspiracy, and religion that may be deemed as unsuitable for the ears of those under adult age. If you wish to disagree or pass comment on anything mentioned in this show, please ring our line on 0845 688 1052. The show begins at 10 p.m. and ends at 1 a.m. Tardiness will not be tolerated. The show will remain loyal to those that remain loyal to it.
Come and join us round the apple tree.
How are we? Alrighty then, this is it, the big show, live to the nation. Hello, my name's Nick Majerison, and I am El Presidente, the fourth Pope of the High Church of Discordia. I am the one that is uniting the people of the United Kingdom every single night, Sunday through till Thursday, here on the mighty Kerrang radio. And the way I'm doing that is using words. Yes, the words that I'm using now are part of that plan. Listen, on tonight's show, we're going to do something very, very strange indeed. We're going to test Amy Jones, right, my erstwhile assistant, Amy Jones. We're going to test her and Alex Baker, senior producer Alex, right? The guy who has a girlfriend, right? We're going to get Ivy Paige in. She's a burlesque dancer, one of the finest in the United Kingdom. She's going to do a little cheeky dance, right? We're going to measure the heartbeats of Amy and Alex, and then we're going to see who gets the most excited. And what will that tell us? Well, it'll tell us that if senior producer Alex is the one that gets more excited, right? That will tell us that he is secretly, in his mind, cheating on his girlfriend. Yes. And if Amy's heartbeat increases the most, right? Amy's a girl. And what that means is that Amy actually fancies women and she's been keeping it secret all this time. Yes, so that experiment taking place in 20 minutes from now here on Kerrang. Also tonight we're joined by Daisy Lowe, who's a supermodel, and Tony Bourne from the Truth Corporation. Just after midnight, he's going to conclusively prove to me that God exists.
The night before with Nick Majerison.
It's the moment of truth for both of you. Who is the one who's living a lie? Is it you, Amy Jones?
I'm not living a lie.
Do you secretly want women? I don't even know where this has come from, this idea. Or is it you, senior producer Alex? Are you secretly hankering after an affair with someone? We'll find out soon.
Sexy Sundays.
Alone? With the lights dim?
Absolutely.
Man does what he must.
All over your face.
That's right, we got the heart rate monitors in. We've been measuring your heart rate. It's weird, actually. A strange thing has happened. We were measuring heart rates, and both Amy and Alex have the same heart rate, have exactly the same heart rate, which is random, isn't it? What's your heart rate, Alex?
80 beats per minute.
80 BPM, and your heart rate as well,
Amy?
Amy?
Also 80. Yeah.
80 BPM, which is quite weird. So they both have exactly the same heart rate. We're going to get a burlesque dancer onto the show. She will do some dancing, and then we will work out who gets the most excited according to the heart rates of these two people. Right, Thursday's show, we were talking about various different things. In fact, it was no topic night, so we were talking about all sorts of stuff, and we took this call on the subject of dreams.
I remember it was like in Christian time, like back when Jesus was meant to be lived.
Christian times, yeah.
Yeah, and instead of them having Jesus on a crucifix, I was pinned on it. And when I woke up, I could still feel the burning because I sort of set it alight.
Now, hang on, let's get some more detail on this. Are you telling me that you had the experience of being crucified, as in you had a trial, you had all of the sort of accusations and stuff thrown at you, then you got strapped to the cross? Did you go through all of that, or in the dream, was it just the case that you're on a cross?
No, it was just I was on the cross.
Right, so the dream starts with you on a cross.
Yeah.
And are you... Describe it to me, Steph. Were you looking at a jeering crowd, or what were you looking at?
No, I was sort of on my own. There was I was sort of like on the top of a hill, and there was like no one there.
And did it? Oh, obviously it hurt, you said.
Yeah.
But were you being? Because you said you still burnt when you woke up. It was still burning. What was that? Your wrists or your back or what?
I think in my dream, I don't know how because there was no one with me, but I think someone had set it alight.
They'd set the cross alight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my dreams are intense.
You're right, they are very intense. Listen, phone lines wide open, 0845 688 1052. During the show, we do 2 phone-in chunks, and we squeeze calls into those moments. If you want to be part of the show, that's the phone number you call. We try and get you on the airwaves, and that's how it works out. Some people, they use the text, 64100K at the front of your text, and we call you back. It's not the most reliable way, though. The most reliable way, by far, is a straight phone call to the studio, and we'll get you onto the airwaves. You can talk to us about anything in the entire world. Lots of different things being considered. I want to improve boxing, right? I want to make it a better sport. Here's subject number 1, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out as a subject, right? Ricky Hatton won his big fight. He had a big fight over the weekend, right? And the Oasis brothers, they led him on into the ring going, yay, go on, hurt someone. And he went, yay, and he went along and he started hurting someone. And they both hurt each other. And then Ricky Hatton, he won, and everyone went, yay, that's brilliant, and all ran off, right? Now, I'm not a fan of people getting hurt, right? I don't think it's great. I don't think it's a sign that we've reached the peak of our evolution, you know? I think it's kind of a sign we're still wallowing in the mud, right? It's kind of a sign we're still dragging our knuckles and that a lot of humanity really hasn't snapped out of it yet. So here's the plan. I want to improve boxing on tonight's show, right? I want to make it better. I want to lay down some rules as to how boxing can be improved once and for all and made into a better sport. 0845 688 1052. Now, this can work on any level, this subject. It could be the case you want to have a proper debate about boxing. If you want to do that, that's fine. Because you know what? I'll go on record saying I actually think that UFC cage fighting thing, I actually think that is a better sport than boxing. So 0845 688 1052. If you want to take me on and have a debate about that, I'll quite happily debate that. However, if you're already on the same page as me, right? You already agree, you think, yeah, that's obvious. Boxing, you know, not a great thing, needs to be improved. How should it be improved? What do you think would improve it? Right? I've got a couple of ideas. I don't know how many of these would really work out. But, you know, if you want to add to this list, I'd be quite happy to take a call from you. One suggestion I've got, right, is, you know, I mean, Amy, you've watched boxing matches, right?
Yes, I have.
And everyone will go, oh, you know, Ricky Hatton, right? He's from England and I'm from England, right? So in a way, we're the same, right? So if I cheer for him, then maybe in a way my suppressed violent urges can be excised, right? So that's what people do. They sit there, you know, they go, yay, I'm fat and useless and rubbish, but I'm very angry about how my life hasn't worked out. So if I can cheer him on, in a way, every time that guy lands a punch, it's like me landing a punch against all the people that ruined my life, right? That's kind of what's happening there, right?
Yeah, in a way.
So what I thought you should probably do to improve it is not allow the boxers to mention where they come from. You can't know. They can't say. So it's just Ricky
two people
Hatton.
fighting.
Yeah, it's just Ricky Hatton. Where's he from? Don't know. Just Ricky Hatton. He's going to have a fight. Yeah, you're not allowed to say where they're from. And that way you support the one you like the look of most. You go, oh, the one that you think's got a nice smile. You know, the supporting element is changed completely. You support the one you think's best, with the one who's the right one to support. Right? That's one idea. Here's another idea to improve boxing and to take it on to the next level. Like I say, phone lines open on this one. Point number 2. Everybody who arrives should have to support the rubbish one. Right? Because the one who can't...
What? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not at all. Think about it, right? If you were going into the boxing ring with Ricky Hatton, you'd need all the help you could get, right?
Yes.
You'd need everyone to support you, right? So that's what I'm saying. You should be forced to support the rubbish one, right? So, you know, Pee Wee Herman...
force people
Yeah, you say you can't cheer for the other guy. That's not fair. He's got every advantage already. Support the guy who's going to get battered. You know, so when you go in, you have to, like, Pee Wee Herman versus Mike Tyson. I'm cheering Pee Wee Herman. And everyone's got to cheer Pee Wee Herman.
How horrible would it be if you were one of those boxers that was fighting Ricky Hatton and everyone was supporting you because they felt sorry for you?
That's the point.
That's horrible. That's a rubbish idea.
Yay! He didn't fall over straight away. Hooray!
Oh,
go
brilliant.
on, son.
I'm
Yay.
pathetic. I need people to...
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the point of support, isn't it? You don't support someone who doesn't need support. That's pointless support. That's irrelevant. That's like giving a crutch to someone who can walk. There you go. Here's something to support. I can walk fine. Oh, it's all right. I'm going to give you some extra support. I don't need it. I can walk. All right, but what about the guy that can't walk? Give him the crutch. See, it makes sense, doesn't it?
No.
What? How does it not make? Why do you need to support someone if they've already got it in the bag?
No, because what I'm saying is if you're supporting someone that's not got it in the bag, they're not going to be
No,
like
you
chuffed.
don't
They're not going
understand
to think
anything
yes,
about
I
sports.
Do. Yes,
all
I
sports
do.
fans, all sports fans, right? They support teams, they support players, they support people that they think are rubbish. They support people who need support. If you're listening to the show at the moment, right, and you support, I don't know, you support Sheffield Tuesday or the Birmingham Tuesday. I don't know any of the football club names, right? But if you support any football club, the reason you do it is because you know they're rubbish and they need support. You wouldn't support someone who is good. There's no point.
No, of course there's point.
No, there isn't. What's the point?
Because
Why? Why would you support someone who doesn't need supporting?
you're letting them know that you think they're brilliant.
So I think that one's proved.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
It's Kerrang Radio. It's the night before. My name's Nick Margerison, and with us we've got Ivy Paige, right? Now, Ivy Paige is a burlesque dancer. Hello, Ivy Paige. How are you?
I'm good, Nick. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm all right, yeah. What we're going to do now is we're going to do an experiment, right? Now, do you want to explain to the nation what a burlesque dancer is?
I suppose the reference that most people would know is the 1950s, like glamorous striptease. But Ivy Paige likes to use stand-up song within her burlesque work.
Right, I see. You dance for people, right? And what we've got is we've got Amy Jones, right? You're going to have a dance.
I am, yes.
From Ivy
Apparently
Paige,
so.
the burlesque dancer. And Alex Baker.
Oh, yeah.
You also are going to have a dance.
Yeah.
From Ivy Paige. Now,
for sure.
What we're doing, Ivy, is we're doing an experiment, right?
Okay.
And we're trying to work out, first of all, if Amy's attracted to women, right? And second of all, if Alex, in his mind, has cheated on his girlfriend, right? So those are the two things that we're trying to work out.
Is your girlfriend listening, Alex?
Probably, yeah. This
What about yours, Amy?
Yeah, wow. Don't have a girlfriend yet. Don't have a girlfriend. We're going to find out.
Oh, that's an interesting word, yet.
No, I wasn't saying
Yet.
that. No,
It's
don't
coming out now.
Yeah,
No,
that's an interesting
I
word.
was just saying that, you know.
What were you saying?
I
Don't let us get in the way. What were you saying?
wasn't saying anything. I was just saying
Please
I've
go
not
on.
got a girlfriend at
Yeah.
this precise moment in time. Now, we could find out that I'm a lesbian, but I'm not.
Could
I
we-
don't think.
could we find that out?
I'm
Is
not. I know we could. I don't think we can.
The
no.
potential's there, though, let's
No,
be fair.
guys, let's not talk about this now.
So what's going to happen is we're going to measure your heart rates.
So what's the deal? If I get my heart rate real high, does that mean I'm a cheater?
It
Yeah,
means that your
basically.
girlfriend has the right to dump you, yes.
Oh,
On
Jesus.
air?
Yeah, she can call the show and dump you live on air.
Right. So I've got to try and keep my heart rate down at all costs.
Yes. Right. And Amy, if your heart rate goes up, it means that you are, attracted to the idea of living on the island of Lesbos.
Don't call it that, Nick.
That's where it comes from.
It's a fair old isle.
Yeah, that's where the word comes from.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's what's going to happen. So, Ivy, do you want to? But before we do this, do you want to explain what you're going to be doing? In fact, we're going to be introducing the Marquis of Grey. It will be narrating what you're doing as it goes along.
Yeah.
In fact, do you want to explain who the Marquis of Grey is before we get him in?
Of course. Well, I have a signature show called Ivy Paige is Scandalous, and it's set in the 18th century. And the Marquis of Grey is my most loyal patron, often frequenting with the various wenches.
Do you want to describe yourself to the audience as well?
Yeah, okay. I'm wearing a Maya Hansen corset, which is kind of 18th century in style. It's got a pearl necklace, Amy. I'm wearing seam stockings. 6-inch heels, vintage cream gloves. I have long red hair.
Are you ready for this, senior producer
Yeah.
Alex?
So pulse down for me.
Yeah. We're going to measure. We're going to measure your pulses.
Yeah. We've got this heart monitor
We've got
thing.
the heart monitor. We're going to measure you. We're going to see what's happening. So if you want to take a seat, and Amy, if you also want to take
Yeah.
a seat, and
Oh
we'll
my
get
God.
ready. And we'll
Mum,
see how this
it's
goes.
okay.
Okay. So Amy Jones is sitting down now, and right. So we're measuring heart monitors, and we can tell you that Alex's heart rate, right, is 80 BPM. Does that mean, is that beats per minute? Is that
Yeah,
what that
that's
means?
right, yeah.
Right. Okay. So 80 BPM. That's you, senior producer Alex, and then Amy's heart rate, amusingly, right, is usually 80 BPM.
Yeah, we tested it about half an hour ago.
Yeah.
80 BPM.
And what is it now?
100 BPM.
It's already gone up. You're so a lesbian.
So just Dressed, yeah.
Right, okay, cool. What's going to happen now is Ivy's going to get into position over there. We have some music that we're going to be playing, and I'm now going to introduce the nation to the Marquis of Grey. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the wonderful world of burlesque with Ivy Paige. She stands before us now, crowned in tumbling red hair. I'm already excited.
All right, so the excitement is on. We'll turn the music on, and we'll observe and see what happens. The Marquis will narrate.
She steps forward, a wink already in Amy's direction. Oh, yes. Look at that little burlesque expression. She's stroking her arm. She's easing up her arm towards her shoulder, the lace glove in her eye. She looks forward, steps forward across the room. A little beckon, ladies and gentlemen, and she starts easing off those antique gloves. She wants a call from her public.
Come here.
Oh, yes, they understand the burlesque barter. There she goes, easing it off, finger by finger. Oh, and she's thrown the glove into her willing public. Off comes another glove, it seems. Tease us, Ivy. Oh, it's gone into the mouth. She's biting away at the lace, and way, there it goes. Practically nude from the fingers up, ladies and gentlemen. She's stopped, her back towards the public. She's turning around coquettishly and starts to unlace her pearl necklace from her corset. The first ribbon is off. As she goes to ease up around her breasts, she unlooses her next ribbon delicately. She seems to have eyes for somebody in the audience. I'm not saying who. Licking her pearls, she smiles with glee. She's thrown her leg up on a platform and easing forward, her silk underwear. Oh, goodness, her 6-inch heel seems to have been thrown away, and now she's rolling down her stocking. Her leg bends behind her and she pulls the stocking up over her head. I should tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there are people watching in from the viewing gallery right now. Hello out there. Ivy goes to unloosen her other stocking. Off comes the shoe, down comes the stocking. She's looking always into her public. Off it comes. Goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is something to see. And off comes the corset. She's getting closer to her public now. Long steps from Ivy. Oh, the corset's open. It's all the way off. She hasn't turned around. Her back's to the audience. She's covered her breasts. And she's picked up a fan, a large white ostrich feather fan, to cover her nude body. Oh, there's very little that's not on show now. She steps towards the producers. Oh, yes.
Excellent news.
Absolute classic burlesque. She's waving her bottom in their faces with a large feathers everywhere. Currently a mixture of skin, feather and red hair. She teases them with a glimpse of her breasts.
Side boob.
Like a quick glimpse of side boob, apparently. Oh, she's heard them. She's hungry for them. Gently, she steps towards them with her fans, covering her breasts. And all of a sudden, the reveal, ladies and gentlemen. Her breasts are out, covered in jewels of every colour. She pulls her fans behind her head, standing forward. Classic burlesque from Ivy Paige. And what are the producers over there making of it?
Oh, she's getting close.
She's getting closer.
Oh, God, fans!
Whipping her face there.
Oh, my God.
That's Ivy Paige's classic burlesque striptease, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah!
What a showgirl.
Oh, gosh.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Right, so now we
Good God.
Now we heart monitor. Right, so get monitoring your heart. Let's see where you're up to. That was incredible, Ivy. Really, really well done there. And are you monitoring? So the heart monitors are on.
Yeah.
And let's see exactly how much your heart rate has increased. Amy particularly seemed to enjoy that.
How rude! In your opinion. Oh. Incredible heart rate here.
Is it really? What do you got? Right, okay, so now we've got the... these make for interesting reading. We have the results here. Here's the deal. Listen, we will tell you who was more excited by that in a second. Was it senior producer Alex, right? Does his girlfriend have grounds to dump him?
Kerrang Radio.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
A highly scientific experiment taking place here. We're trying to work out... Well, first of all, Ivy Paige... Thanks for joining us. In the studio, a burlesque dancer. And you see, I didn't measure my heart rate. Yeah,
You're even flustered.
That was insane, man. That was really good. That was very, very good. Dancing around, took clothes off, danced around, and left me flustered. But the dance was aimed quite specifically at the two producers of the show. We had Amy Jones, right? We were trying to work out if you are more of a lesbian, right, than senior producer Alex is potentially unfaithful, right?
Right.
So we measured your heart rate, and during Ivy's dance, before the dance, Alex's heart rate was 80 BPM, right?
Yeah.
So you had a total of 80 BPM, and your heart rate increased by 30 BPM during the dance, all right?
That's quite a lot.
A considerable increase, right? So up to 30 BPM increase, bringing you up to 110 BPM. That's where you were.
Ruined.
So your girlfriend may have words with you.
She might be angry about that.
But you had Ivy dancing. She was very good.
She was good. She's very good.
Amy, are you ready for your results?
I'm ready for my results,
Okay.
yes.
Now remember, Amy's heartbeat was higher than Alex's when the test started.
It was 100, wasn't it, at first?
Yeah. So Amy's heartbeat was already at 100. So I mean, in terms of an increase, you need to take that into account. But Amy's heartbeat did increase. Now remember, Alex has increased by 30. Amy's increased by 35 BPM. Oh! She went up to 135 BPM. You are more of a lesbian than Alex is unfaithful to his girlfriend.
I win!
Oh, no! Ow! Fact! Brilliant news.
How does that make you feel, Amy Jones?
It's opened up a whole can of worms up for you, hasn't it?
Yes.
How does that make...
broaden your horizons.
More choice. More choice.
How does that make you feel, Ivy Paige?
Wow, what a privilege, Amy.
To be part of that awakening.
To be part of the turning.
You have turned her live on air.
Listen, Ivy, I think you're great. You're down as a friend of the show,
Thank you very much.
I know you got a lot of stuff coming up. What we'll do? Do you have a web presence we can link across to?
It's www.ivypage.co.uk.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
Time now for a bit of this.
And now, it's time for the news they didn't use.
That's right, it's time for some news that they didn't use. It's the moment when the entire nation turns its attention towards Amy Jones, because she's plucked a cheeky little news story right out of the sweaty, scary, hairy bottom of the Kerrang Radio newsroom bin. It goes exactly like this.
A taxi driver says business is booming since he installed a karaoke machine in his cab for customers. He spent £600 on 3 flat screens, 16 speakers, amplifiers and disco lights. Apparently the passengers can get in the cab, choose their song, and then they can sing away to their heart's content. Apparently, it shot up his takings and everything as well.
Right,
Don't know whether I'd agree with that.
Right, okay, so now me, senior producer Alex, and the rest of the nation have an opportunity to be hilarious. You know, like on Have I Got News For You or something like that when a news story comes up, right? And then they say funny things, right? We're going to do sort of that, but
worse.
Yeah, more in the vein of puns than. Well, actually, no. Let's try it. Someone's gone for a joke here. This is a comment.
Good time.
A humorous comment. Michael has sent in this hilarious joke. I would rather walk.
That's really getting into the spirit.
That's
of...
Michael there. But Dan dives in and he says, That's Karaoke by me.
Hey, big laugh. Everyone's having a good time now.
Technically a joke. Brilliant.
Come on,
okay,
then,
so what
jokes,
else
throw
we
them,
got?
throw them at me.
I can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Yeah, there you go.
Fact.
Well, how about this? Sinistro in Rugeley has come up with this. Is it Henry with the singing travel? You see?
Right, yeah.
And that's what happens on
singing
St. Law.
already.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's karaoke.
Karaoke.
You're going to keep saying...
Yeah.
Well, that's quite a good one, actually, James.
Okay.
Karaoke.
It sounds like
I got
karaoke. But there's
yeah.
no need to make a song and dance out of it, says James in Swaddling Cove.
I want to book one of these cabs. What's his microphone number?
Oh, you see,
microphone.
What? That doesn't even work.
Yeah, it does. My phone number.
Yeah, but it's not.
Let's put a micro in it because it's got a microphone.
Right.
It's a karaoke machine.
You're talking about microchips.
When you're singing, you're winning, says Ben in Kings Norton.
Yeah, because the
Good
takings
work,
are going
Ben.
up.
Sounds like a relaxy cab to
Something
me.
that people say. isn't it?
Relaxy cab?
Relaxy taxi.
Why relax?
It must be wonderful to be an intellectual giant like you, Majerison, a product of neurotic Labour's indoctrination system, and so sophisticated and such a knob. From VJ.
Zictamini says Amy's a lesbian. Ruined.
Good.
The night before.
That's right, this is it, The Big Show, live to the nation. My name's Nick Majerison. Hello and welcome. 0845 688 1052. That's my phone number. You call the show, me and thee. We talk about stuff. Busy on the phone lines tonight, as you would expect. Sunday night tonight. And let me have a little scan down the list of calls that we've got lined up. Do you know what that really annoys me, Amy Jones, right?
What?
People who text, right? They'll text in, I hate you, I think this, that and the other, right?
I haven't got the guts to come on
Yeah,
air and say
and my boss said to me, maybe you should look at the texts more, right? Now, my opinion on the text, right, is I think if you're texting in, you're not that arsed, right? If you're going to call, you're worth listening to. If you're texting, you're not as arsed as someone who's going to call.
Yes.
That's my thoughts on it, right? So, I take his advice, I look at the text, right, and we've got that guy there saying that I'm a snob, and all this kind of business. Won't come on air. That annoys me.
Hiding behind his text message.
Well, either that or they're about 12 years old. I think probably...
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah, I think probably it's some 12-year-old kid who's listening to the show.
Shouldn't be listening anyway.
Who shouldn't be listening. He doesn't understand what's happening. He's confused by it all and he's thinking, I don't understand what's happening. Oh, no, when are you going to play some McFly? Right, and they don't get any of it, right? And they're going, I think you're a snob, which is fine. As a 12-year-old, you're entitled to your opinion, but really you shouldn't be listening. But do you know what I mean? It kind of annoys me because I feel like the balance of the show's rocked a little bit. I've mentioned the text. I'm quite happy to talk about whether I'm or not I'm a knob. That's fine. You will get on air if you disagree with me. In fact, if you disagree with me, you're straight to the front of the queue. We've said that many times and anyone who listens to the show understands that. However, that person not on air. And I know they'll have been called and I know that, we've been, you know what I mean? So anyway, so that's fine. But, it annoys me. I'm annoyed because,
Are you okay now? Have you got that?
Well, it's just an example of cowardice, isn't it? And that's just what's sad about it.
Yeah.
And I'd rather that, if someone thinks I'm a knob, call up, explain to me why I'm a knob.
Say it to my face.
No, not that. But call up, explain to me why I'm a knob, and then I can improve. I can take notes because they obviously know how I can do a better job. So they call in, I take notes. And then everyone's happy. Right, let's move to the calls. Let's see what's happening. 0845 688 1052. That's my phone number. If you do want to call the show, we'll take your call onto the airwaves. Let's talk to Sophie in London. Sophie, you're on Kerrang. Welcome to the show. How's it going? Your chosen subject is?
It's disturbing dreams.
Dreams? All right.
Yeah, because I was listening earlier and I heard that woman talk about how she was dreaming she got crucified and that.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, how do you get these really disturbing dreams? I've had them as well, and I just don't know how,
Well,
why
they're supposed to be composed from memories, aren't they? Misinterpretations of memories. So you have stuff happen to you, right, and then gradually they sort of fit together into a dream that makes sense to you. But I've noticed, Sophie, I'm getting less and less good at remembering my dreams nowadays.
Well, I don't know, because, I had a really disturbing dream a while ago that, it was recurring, nearly every night I'd have this dreadful nightmare, and it wasn't even a memory or anything, and it's just I don't know. Well, I guess it kind of was because it was pieced together with stuff that my mum said to me, but I don't know.
What the heck? Well, tell us about it. What was it?
Well, basically, my dad died when I was 10 years old from lung cancer, and I wasn't know when it happened, but my mum said that, he went peacefully. So, that kind of kept me happy, and then, literally like a few days after the 5th anniversary of his death, I think.
Yeah.
She told me that, oh no, the reason I didn't want you there because he was struggling in that and he didn't want to go, and it was like his body was convulsing. And then like that night, I got a nightmare where basically I was like 10 years old again. I was in the room with him. It was just me and him, and he was basically like having these really horrible fits and stuff. And then he just suddenly got up and started walking towards this like light, and I was trying to drag him back, and he kind of threw me off and walked off and stuff like that. And that happened to me for about every night for about 2-3 weeks.
Wow,
and
that's
that was
dark.
Yeah.
Apparently, Sophie, I've been told by people that part of it is your subconscious dealing with things. So you were given that information, and then your subconscious sort of excises it. But I mean, I'm guessing you didn't feel much better after the dream. That wasn't the kind of therapy you were looking for, right?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Not a pleasant experience by any stretch of the imagination.
No, so I was wondering, like, why do we get such like disturbing dreams and stuff, and why is it? I don't know, because I tend to remember nightmares more than I remember like pleasant dreams.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
I think the last dream I most vividly remember involved me going to the dentist, and when I was going to the dentist, I remember thinking to myself that, the dentist's got no clothes on, and being quite excited because I've got a female dentist, she's reasonably attractive, and I'm thinking to myself, there you go, I've got a naked, woman who's in my mouth, great. And then, when I woke up, I thought, well, because I was sort of semi-conscious, and I said to my girlfriend, look, I've had an idea, right? Maybe I should ask my dentist if she'll just be naked when she does, when she's doing her stuff on me, right? Yeah. And I didn't think that was an unreasonable request because I was still in sort of dreamland. I still had dream logic in my head, So that's my most vivid one that I remember, but it's nothing compared to yours. Yours was a real significant one. Do you know what, Sophie? Good call. Thanks for calling the show. Sophie in London. 0845 688 1052. So a subject independently going through the ether of the show there, the subject of dreams. 0845 688 1052. That's the phone number if you want to call the show. You can talk to me about that as well. John on the road at the moment. John, you're on Kerrang. Welcome to the show. What do you got for us?
Well, I was just listening to the girl just talking about the dreams there.
Yeah.
Now, there's two. I mean, I don't know if you spoke to your producer. I'm a practicing ceremonial magician.
You're a ceremonial magician?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a way of looking at dreams. There's two ways. I mean, like you've said, there's the way that it sorts out your day-to-day. It just makes sense of what's been happening through the day.
Cleans your mind out.
So, yeah, in a way. But it's also, you can receive information from other sources through a dream. It's a language of symbolism, and we don't yet have the vocabulary and understanding of everything, so it comes through in a dream, and we have to use the tools that we have, the symbolism that we have.
So what do you think was happening with the symbolism in her dream?
I missed parts of it. Can you just refresh it a little bit?
Yeah, she had a dream that her dad was going towards the light, and she was saying, I'll stay, and this kind of stuff.
It's interesting. Well, that's interesting. It sounds like she's possibly experiencing what you could call a second-hand out-of-body experience.
A second-hand out-of-body experience, you think?
Possibly, yeah. When people, have died on the operating table, which has happened quite a lot,
yeah.
They talk about going towards the light, or people that have been in accidents and things like that. It sounds like she was experiencing that, or trying to imagine what her father may have gone through.
All right then, John, what about my dream, right? My dream, I imagined, right, that my dentist had no clothes on. And that was the entire content in the dream. Other than that, I had dental surgery. Right? What's the symbolism there? The breasts were quite impressive.
Sounds like a nice dream to have.
Yeah, it was all right, but what's the symbolism, John? You're a ceremonial magician, whatever that means. You've got to tell me what it means. Not the ceremonial magician. We'll come to that in a minute. I mean, the breasts on the dentist.
Well, it's normally. I mean, the dream dictionaries and things like that. They tend to say if you're dreaming that you're naked, it's a loss of control. You're out of control of the situation. If your dentist is naked, I mean, do you trust your dentist? Are they any good at what they do, or are they?
Yeah, she's a good dentist. We're not had any problems. But I mean, I have a profound fear of dentistry.
Well, that's what I was. You're not. What I'm going to say. You're not worried about what she's doing inside your mouth.
Yeah. What you're saying is, I was worried that she wasn't in control.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's very possible. That is one of my fears, actually, that something will go horribly wrong, because then you'll deal, won't you, John, with the sort of social embarrassment of something going wrong. I've always thought it would be very rude to die in, the presence of someone. So you're sort of there worrying about the fact that yes, you have punctured a hole in my mouth. You have caused a major problem. So I'd be being polite. It'd be, oh, it's fine. It's okay. Oh, no, it really hurts, but it's fine. I'd be making excuses. But at the same time, eventually I'd be taking the casualty, wouldn't I, John? And I'd be there with blood all over the floor, still sort of apologising and saying, oh, it's my fault, really. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So there is a level of that. You've just kicked off you're bringing it all back. You're bringing the fear of the dentist back, John. Thanks for the call. Good to talk to you, John on the road, a practising ceremonial magician. What do you think that means, Amy Jones?
I don't know. I'm totally baffled by what that would mean.
I don't know.
Ceremonial magician? Well, a magician does magic.
Who indulges in ceremony, I suppose. I think it means a proper magician, yeah, who does magic. I think that's what it is. 0845 688 1052. That's my phone number. You call the show. Taking calls as we speak. So far, not one person has come up with an idea as to how to improve boxing. What can we do to make boxing better? To elevate it from a sort of a brutal, slightly embarrassing sport. I'll be honest, I am quite embarrassed about boxing. Whenever I think about it, I always think, oh, yeah, we still do that, don't we? We're still, get people to inflict pain on each other. There's a book called The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, written by a guy called Douglas Adams, and in it he has a cow that wants to be eaten, and it goes up to the people in the restaurant and says, hello, I'm a nice cow, do you want to eat me? I've been working out, I'm lovely and tasty, and I'll go around the back and kill myself, and you can eat some of me if you like. And they face this sort of dilemma. They go, oh, but that's sort of wrong, isn't it? Because yeah, but the cow wants you to eat it, so is it right or is it wrong? Listen, what I'm saying is that the boxers are a little bit like that cow, right? They like getting hurt. They're going, oh, yeah, let's get hurt. And so they go into the ring and they're hitting each other and hurting each other. Doesn't mean say it's right. Doesn't mean say it's okay. It still mean two people are getting hurt and loads of people are cheering. That's messed up. So how do we improve it? 0845 688 1052. Call the show. Let's talk to the Simonator in Hales Owen. You're on Kerrang. Welcome to the show.
All right, mate.
Now then.
I want to talk about supporting clubs.
Supporting clubs, yeah. I think it's an open secret, isn't it, Simonator, that everybody who supports a football team or a sports team, they support the worst team because obviously you need to give your support to people that need it the most.
True, because I actually went to support my team yesterday.
Right, which team is that?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, right. Okay, so you consider Liverpool to be the worst football team in the whole world?
Not really.
Well, why do you support them then?
So I've supported them.
Right, but you can't think they're any good as you wouldn't bother supporting them. I mean, there's no point in supporting something that doesn't need support.
So I wanted to support a crap team, I would have support the team local.
The local team?
Which is a non-league team.
A non-league team? And who would that be?
Hales Owen Town.
Hales Owen Town, right. But, I mean, surely, right, you should support the team that needs your support. I mean, I'll give you an example, right? A building that doesn't require support, right? You're not going to put scaffolding on a building that doesn't require support, are you? No point. No point, right? So it's the same with you. Why would you support a team? Do you think Liverpool needs your support?
Not really, no.
Not really. So what's even worse, right, is you're irrelevant, aren't you, to the team? You're supporting a team that doesn't need you. Doesn't need you.
Doesn't need me, but I'm paying their wages.
But it doesn't need you. You just said that yourself. Doesn't need you. So actually, you're doing something that there's no need for what you're doing.
True.
Pointless. So what I'm saying to you is you should surely support the worst team in the world. That's the one you should support. The one that needs support. You see. Otherwise, you're just throwing good money after bad, aren't you? You're wasting it, really.
Yep.
Have I convinced you?
No.
What? Why not? I'm using logic. I'm making sense, aren't I? These words are English and they're in the right order, right?
Yeah.
Right, so Simonator, join us on the side of logic, right? Throw away your Liverpool hat, right? And pick up a Hales Owen Town hat.
Okay.
You're doing it now. Are you in the process of crossing the fence and joining us on the side of logic?
Yes, if I had Hales Owen Town hat.
Hale's Owen Town hat. Okay, so you're going to buy one. You're going to support that team on the understanding that they are the worst team in the world.
Yeah.
Excellent. The Simonator in Hale's Owen on Kerrang. I'm making sense there.
You just made Liverpool lose a supporter.
Well, that's good because he said they don't need one.
But what happens if they lose all their supporters and then they become rubbish?
That wouldn't happen.
It might do because they might feel down on themselves.
All the players would have to carry on, wouldn't they? They'd all still play. Everything would be fine. There'd just be no one there cheering them on because they wouldn't need it.
You'd have this football team that was really, really, really rich because everyone was paying to get their tickets and all that kind of stuff. Yet they were rubbish. Yeah, you'd have this football team that was really, really good, but with no money in like supporting it or anything like that.
When you even start to look at the way sports goes, it makes sense that actually the whole thing's back to front, right? No, it is. The whole thing's back to front. So any sport that you like, right? What do you like? Tennis, okay. So you should support in tennis the worst player, the one you think is really poor. That's the one you should support. It's like if you imagine this country, if you were supporting the rich, right, which oddly enough we do, right, but if you were supporting the rich, that seems somehow perverse and odd, doesn't it? Whereas actually you should be supporting like we support a charity, don't we? We support Teenage Cancer Trust, right? This radio station supports that charity, right? And that's what we do. And the reason we do that is because we think it's a worthwhile cause. Can you imagine if we thought, oh, we're going to support this charity over here? It's called the Give the Queen More Money charity. Everyone's just going to go, that's silly. Why would you want to do that? They've got loads of money. You don't support anything that doesn't need your support.
But you'll end up watching loads of rubbish tennis matches then.
Yeah,
if you
but as you support them, they might improve. Eventually, they won't need your support. You'll be able to let them go like a bird.
So as soon as they start getting good, you then can't watch them anymore.
Absolutely.
You don't watch any good matches.
No, you would. It'd be exciting.
No, you wouldn't, though, would you? Why would it be exciting? I've ruined your idea now.
No, you'd be watching rubbish teams better themselves gradually. And then
because as soon as you get them better, you're not allowed to watch them anymore, so you've ruined it.
Let's get Pete in Birmingham on. He'll agree with me. Pete in Birmingham, I'm right about this, aren't I?
About boxing.
About boxing, right.
I think you should support what makes you happy, what gives you a laugh.
Support what makes you happy? No, I don't think that's... No,
I think what gives you an inner glow. Sometimes I support the underdog like Rocky.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about.
Rocky had character.
He did. He had character. And crucially, you're absolutely right, Pete, he's the underdog. He's the rubbish one. And in the film, that's what everyone does, isn't it? They all go, yay, Rocky, you're not very good. Yay. Maybe you'll win. You sort of symbolise the American dream in a way. Yay. Come on. Maybe you can do it. And everyone supports. And he loses, doesn't he, Pete? That's the crucial detail in the first film, which is brilliant. The rest of them...
Oh, yeah, he loses.
Yeah, he loses, doesn't he? He loses.
But he's got character, like he goes to church and it's beautiful.
Exactly. He's a good guy. He's played by Sylvester Stallone. He's loving it. He's got a girlfriend who's not as attractive as you'd expect. No, she's not. She's not like a big, sort of stereotypically attractive woman. She's sort of a bit twee and a bit coy. And that's nice. You sort of think, yay, he's even got, not a great looking girlfriend. Yay, go on, Rocky. You embody everything because you're not very good. Yay. And that's what you do. Whereas if he was brilliant, right, if he won, it's like Superman. Why does no one like Superman?
I like Superman.
Do you read the comics?
I feel sorry for him because he can't have a girlfriend.
Well, that's true. I mean, Pete, you're touching on a very important area there. If Superman was to actually try and procreate with a human, that would be a nightmare, wouldn't it, Pete? It would go wrong because he would be using super sperm, wouldn't he, Pete? And that's the last thing you need because they would be immortal super sperm. They'd be able to fly, right? And they would be so they'd be tiny, right? So Lois Lane would wander off, right? She'd be like, oh, great, I'm going to have a super baby, right? And but what would actually be happening?
I was more thinking if he got too excited, it'd kill Lois Lane.
Well, that could happen, yeah. Once the baby was alive inside the womb, all sorts of havoc. But I'm just thinking in the early stages, the sperm itself, it wouldn't actually have to be contained within the body of Lois Lane. The sperm, the super sperm, microscopic, tiny, indestructible creatures could fly outside of Lois Lane. So she'd be punctured all across her body, a super sperm flying around the earth. And would it fight crime? No, would it? Heck, it's sperm. It's going to just be looking for a super ovary. It would travel around the entire universe looking for a super ovary. It would never die. It'd be Superman's sperm, super sperm. They'd be flying around across the universe, you know, and we'd be there, wouldn't we? We'd be thinking, why does my eye really hurt? It's because a super sperm's flown through your eye and out the back of your head. You'd be going, oh, I'm bleeding, oh, and you lose you know, you get all sorts of havoc. Pete, thanks for raising that. You're the top man. Pete in Birmingham, it's Kerrang, it's the night before. My name's Nick Majerison. Hello, 0845 688 1052. That's the phone number. We're taking calls. We're talking about life, the universe and everything. And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed that. Some good calls there. Right, stand by. Very soon, we're going to have Daisy Lowe on the air. She's a supermodel.
Yes, she is.
Amy Jones knows who she is. She's a supermodel.
I do. She's incredibly... Well, she's getting bigger and bigger as the weeks go on.
She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's extremely hot as well.
Yeah, she looks...
Not that I'm into women, because I'm not into women, but she is extremely hot.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I just realised...
We've had some very understanding emails about your dilemma. One email here saying you should tell Amy to stop living a lie, and they've sent a picture of themselves, and she looks very nice. And she says she knows places.
I'm not a lesbian.
She knows places, you know, in Birmingham that you could.
I've been to gay bars in Birmingham, and I don't find anybody attractive in there particularly. I'm sure they are attractive, but not to me.
No,
because I'm straight.
That's good then. All right.
The night before with Nick Majerison.
And now we're going to talk to Daisy Lowe, and she is a famous model. That's who she is, and she's doing a thing called Fan Walk. So let's get her on the show. Listen, Daisy Lowe, how's it going?
It's pretty good, thank you. Hang on, let me just make sure that everyone's quiet in the room. Guys, I'm not doing a radio interview, so sorry, I've just got about 1,000 people running around me.
Do you have a posse? Is that your posse?
My dress is just broken, so I have like 5 people around me trying to fix it before I get... it's just a huge, big, manic mess in my hotel room.
You've broken your dress. What is your dress? What does it look like?
I don't know if this is the dress I'm going to be wearing now. It's just this amazing black Vivienne Westwood corseted number. Is it broken for good? I could kill. Well, okay, right. Can we talk about something?
How much is it worth?
It's probably about £1,500.
Have you just knackered a 1,500?
I haven't.
It was you. I saw you.
My lovely boyfriend did.
Really? He's broken it.
Yeah.
How did he? What?
He was just too hasty with the zip.
Right, and he's broken your £1,500
Yeah.
dress. You live in a totally different world to me, don't
No,
you?
I didn't. Yeah, it's just month's rent on a dress and it's broken.
Ruined. You're going to have to get some sticky back plastic.
Yeah, something like that. Well, maybe some duct tape might do the trick.
Maybe do that. Some gaffer tape.
Over a lovely silk dress.
Yeah. Are you a supermodel?
Apparently, but I wouldn't say that.
Because maybe you should just go in your bra and knickers and just say you're making a statement.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a little cold.
Right.
I would do that in the summer, though.
Right.
If I had the same predicament, which I hope I won't have to go through again.
Because I mean, in theory, you know, if you're a supermodel, you can genuinely just dick about and wear whatever you want, can't you? And everyone will just think, "Oh, that's clever. Look at that. She's making a statement."
I guess maybe so. Maybe.
We just wear a sack cloth.
Yeah, that would be good actually, and then maybe have some extra hay like over. You know, my hair accessories or something.
Yeah, and then everyone will go, look, isn't that mad? And it'll either play to your favour, right? People will either go, oh, wow, isn't she clever? Look what she's done. She's being really postmodern. Or everyone will go, oh, she's lost the plot. Look at that. She's been on the drugs.
Yeah, I'm kind of tipping towards the lost the plot, but, you know, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, I think you should do it. Listen, I'll be your agent. Right?
Okay, cool.
I will steward you to the toppermost of the poppermost with my advice and help here. You co-present some show with Peaches Geldof?
That was ages ago. That was like the Glamour Best Dress thing, and it was just because I'm involved in fashiony stuff. And
are you friends with her?
With Peach? Yeah. Cool. Well, we've known each other since we were wee nippers. So since I was 13, 14. Yeah, she's close to my heart.
Well, that's good. Well, I defended her point of view recently on the radio when she was talking about marriage and saying that it was...
it won't last forever.
Yeah. I think she's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's
good.
In some
cases.
As a supermodel, right? Describe your average day, what you do in your average day.
There's probably a flight involved. So getting up really early to get on a flight, and then when I get to wherever I'm going, then dump my stuff in some nondescript hotel, and going to a fitting and having pictures taken of me, perhaps, or, you know, then doing crazy stuff like this. I don't know, I don't ever really have a normal day, to be honest. My day, no 2 days are ever similar, fortunately for me.
Technically, you're like a product, aren't you? Do you ever feel like a product?
Yeah, loads. It's great.
I think it's really horrible.
No, of course it is. And it's like, I'm just about to eat a croissant and my grandma will go, you can't do that. I'm like, well, yeah, I can. It's what I want to do. No, you're a No, Grams, I just want to eat a chocolate. No, you got... I'm like, oh, God, I am kind of using... Okay, all right, I'll only have half. And then I'll sneak the other half later.
If you get a spot on your nose, that knackers your income.
No, Photoshop's good these days.
Really? What's the difference between pictures pre-Photoshop and post-Photoshop? Is it genuinely as big as they say?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on the person. I mean, Photoshop is wonderful, but, you know, it doesn't always have to be. You know, you can be attractive and not have to be Photoshopped that much, which I hope is what happens to me, but I don't know.
Do you do much cocaine?
No, I don't really. I kind of learned from my mother's mistakes.
So you don't touch it, or
no,
just a
I
little
don't
bit here and
touch
there?
it. I have a full appetite. I'm not going to try and stunt it.
Yeah, because I mean, I've heard cocaine's a good way to lose weight. Is that not?
Yeah, well, I'm apparently the like bigger model, so I'm like the healthy one that doesn't do drugs.
You're the bigger model. I've got a picture of you looking at me right now. You're not a bigger model at all. Are you really a bigger model?
Yeah, that's apparently what's been going around.
Wow.
Going around town.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of a compliment because I didn't really want to be like all those scary anorexic girls.
So as you're wandering around being a supermodel, right? How many other supermodels do you hang out with, or do you all hate each other?
No, I mean, who are the others? I don't really. I mean, Alice Delal's a really great friend of mine, and I love Agnes. But they're kind of my only model mates, and that's because I've known them since I started when I was like 15. But other than that, I kind of mainly hang out with all the people I went to school with. And
what about Naomi Campbell? She's supposed to be.
I love her.
Yeah?
She's amazing. She's like, you know, just got the most incredible energy of it. Like, I met her, what was it, almost 2 years ago now, and I was doing a shoot for GQ, and she was kind of the main one, and I was just kind of a background girl. But she would walk into a room, and you know, you don't even have to look at her to know that she's there, because she's just got this amazing aura, just like, you know. And she is a bit like, yeah, I'll have that, and can I have that diamond watch? And it's like, well, yeah, because you own it and you deserve it, and that's just because she's just brilliant. She's so brilliant.
A lot of love for Naomi Campbell.
Yeah, lots of love.
What about Kate Moss?
She's amazing too.
Is she really? I don't find her attractive.
I think that she's got just this really magical look. I don't necessarily think that... I don't know. I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I think that she is...
Is she better looking in the flesh?
She's beautiful all the time.
Right, I'm going to let you go. All the best with your thing.
Thank you.
Fan Walks, the TV show. And good luck with fixing the dress. And I'll see you later. Take care.
Thank
Daisy
you.
Lowe.
Thanks for talking to me. Bye-bye.
Kerrang Radio.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
Sunday today, right? Sexy Sunday. Each of the shows that we do are all different. Sexy Sunday, Mighty Monday, Twisted Tuesday, Weird Wednesday, Thundering Thursday, right? They're all different versions of the same show, right? Like sides to a dice. And this one here, this is the rude one where we do sort of rudy sex stuff, right? And that's why Daisy Lowe was on, because she is a sexy lady, although we didn't explain that to her when we were pitching the interview. And do you know what? I'm kind of annoyed actually about that interview, because I was expecting not to like her.
Yeah, you always expect to not like.
Well,
like,
anyone
supermodels.
anyone who has like the proviso famous, and I've not heard them, then I just presume I'm not going to like them. You know,
She's a nice person.
Yeah, she seemed all right. I enjoyed talking to her, and she seemed nice, actually. And she is attractive, and good on her.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't.
Well done for your genetics.
And, you know, yeah, and I didn't pick holes in her, and to do so would have been mean. And I just thought she was nice. And I think some people listening to that interview will have been thinking, "Oh, it's going to go in a minute, isn't it? Eh? He's going to do something. He's going to be mean to her." But I wasn't, and it didn't happen. And I feel like a little bit like I've let a few people down because they'll be listening and be thinking, "Oh, he wasn't mean to her." And I do you know what I mean?
Just had a nice chat with a model.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of incidents where we've had people like her on, and it's kicked off, and it's been a blazing row, and then it's been no comment to the newspapers and that kind of stuff. But with her, it all went nice, and everyone had a nice time. And I feel like perhaps some of the hardcore may feel they were let down.
You did ask her about coke habits. To be fair, it wasn't all sweetness and light.
Yeah, play it back. Interesting answer. Okay, it's Kerrang! It's the night before, and what's going to happen now? Text 64100 K at the front of your text. We are looking for your sex disasters. That's what we're looking for. Your sex disasters. They're anonymous. So here's the deal. I don't want you to name your text. It's an anonymous sex disaster. So something that went. I mean, you know, the moment she said, "Is it in yet?" Right?
No.
That's just not good, is it? Yeah. Could be talking about anything. Couldn't it? It's not yet midnight. Yeah. I could be talking about anything. So listen, 0845, sorry, 64100, not doing this as a phone-in topic. 64100 K at the front of your text. Share your sex disaster with us. We will censor them and get them on the airwaves and explain them to the nation. But something like, you know...
Snap.
Has that happened to you?
Almost.
Really?
Man, that was horrible. It was one of those moments where you look down and you're going, please.
A tear?
Please.
Was it a tear?
Please still be in one. Oh, thank God. It was pretty
an injury.
Violent.
Yeah, it was an injury.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Sports injury.
Yeah, preferably when having a special moment with your other half, you don't want any injuries, do you? That's not
God,
good.
no.
No one wants any of that. Amy Jones looks like she has a story to tell.
No, I just did what I did to someone what Alex was worried about happening.
You snapped someone?
Yes.
Oh, God, did you?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It was all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
And someone did get hurt.
I think I prefer you as a lesbian.
It was very difficult to explain to the doctor of whom he had to go and see.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
That is brutal.
What did he do?
He couldn't use it for a good month or so.
Okay, but most people listening to the show, these are they're not a million miles out from what you would expect. What we're looking for is the story that makes everybody go, oh, that's definitely true.
The night before with Nick Margerison.
This is a soapbox.
Have your say. Soapbox.
Senior producer Alex here, and I want to get on my soapbox and talk to you about the mythical, magical, awe-inspiring power of stationery. Because stationery, you might think, is just like inanimate objects, pens, papers, protractors, set squares, all this kind of stuff. Little do you know that it's actually got a lot more kind of force and influence over people's lives. Take, for example, a pen and a piece of paper. You're writing away, you're writing your memoirs, or a poem, or whatever. You're writing da-da-da-da-da. And all of a sudden, the pen just stops working. But it's not the pen that stopped working. Something's gone wrong in, like, the space-time continuum or something. Because, like, the pen still works elsewhere. You can go to a different piece of paper and write merrily and freely, on the other piece of paper. In fact, you can even write on the same piece of paper in a different place, merrily and freely. Everything works fine, the pen's fine, the balls go rolling round, the ink is flowing beautifully onto the page. But on that one place where you're trying to write that letter, it doesn't work. And you're pressing away, and it's making the imprint, so you haven't gone insane. The pen is on the paper, and it's making the imprint of the letter, but no ink's coming out. But you do it next to that letter, the ink comes out. Just not on that particular part of the paper. And something's going on there. There's some sort of, like, conspiracy. There's some sort of, like, wider purpose. The pen and the paper's telling me something, and unfortunately, I'm too unintelligent to figure out what it is. But have you ever had that experience? Am I just totally alone? Am I the only one that's getting duped by inanimate objects? I certainly hope not. Something's going on, I'm telling you.
Get on the box. Call now on 0845 688 1052.
The night before with Nick Margerison.
Kerrang Radio.
That's right, this is it, the big show, live to the nation. Hello, my name's Nick Majerus, and thanks for tuning in. Right, let's take some of these calls and let's see what's happening. 0845 688 1052, right? That's my phone number. First off, let's talk to Mark in Birmingham on the subject of boxing. Mark, you're on Kerrang, welcome to the show.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm good. What have you called us to tell us?
Well, you know when you said Pee Wee Herman put him in the ring with Tyson?
Yes.
Yeah, well, how can you say that? You know, you have different weights, different ranks, semi, pro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I said that to make a point. What I was saying is I was saying that if Pee Wee Herman was against Mike Tyson, right,
Yeah.
you, Mark, you'd have to support Pee Wee Herman because he clearly is the one that is outranked there. So you'd have to go, right, come on, Pee Wee Herman, you know, good luck, try and land a punch.
You spoke about Ricky Hatton, and you said about, like, you know, he's going and fighting and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, you support who you want to support, didn't you? You said that you shouldn't have the national flag on the person as well. Why? Why shouldn't you?
Listen, I've explained this. What I'm saying, right, is you should support the person who you think is rubbish and who needs your support.
Who needs your support? But the thing is, how do you... you don't know that person's going to lose, do you? How could you say that?
No, but you can
That's
make
the
an
whole
assessment.
point of the fight, isn't it? Because you don't know who's going to win.
But you can
That's
make
the
an
whole
assessment, can't
concept.
you? You can go, well, that one, you know,
If you
he's
already
never
knew,
lost.
what would be the point? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly, that's the point. So this is what I'm
but
saying to you.
you can't...
Right, let me give you an example. Mark, do you support a football team?
Yeah, Aston Villa all the way, man.
Aston Villa, right, okay. So Aston Villa, for example, right,
Yeah.
they, in your opinion, you clearly think that they need someone to support them.
No, I support them because my dad supported them when I was little, so I just took on the...
Yeah, but you don't...
I live in Birmingham, you know, they're following me.
Exactly, so what I'm saying is, you're thinking to yourself, surely
That's because I'm loyal to my area, not because they need me. They don't need me. I've never gone to a game. I'm not that much of a supporter. I don't put money in their pockets.
Yeah.
But I do support them in a respect where I'd like them to win.
So what you're saying is you don't really care about the football at all?
It's not about caring, is it? People have got other things, but you can take a liking into something without dwelling in it.
Yeah, but what you're saying is it doesn't matter a fart what they do on the football pitch because you'll
it
always
matters what
support.
they do on the football pitch. It don't matter what they do outside or the wags or whatever that
Yeah,
shit
but
is.
you don't really support them, do you? Because listen, I'll give you an example, right? I
take an outlook. That's all I do.
I'll give you an example, right?
Nothing, I'm not
I
stupid.
support a comedian called Stuart Lee, right? I turn up to his gigs, I watch him, and I think he's funny, right? And I support him because I think his material's good, and I think he's a funny guy, right? That's why I support him, right? Now you, right? You support Aston Villa, right?
Yeah.
And the reason that you support them is because where you were born. And you're not actually interested in their football at all. In fact...
No, I am interested in the football.
If they were good or bad, right, they could be really good or they could be really bad, and it wouldn't make any difference because you're always going to support them. So your support is blind to their behaviour on the football pitch. You're irrelevant to
I
them.
support them because I like the game.
So what does that
all.
mean, then? What
does it mean? What does football mean, really?
Nothing.
You know,
That's the point I'm making to you.
What
it doesn't mean a fart. It's there to distract you and make you think illogically.
No,
Right.
it's not about logically.
It is about logically. Listen, some things do mean something,
Not at all.
right?
Mate, at the end
let me
of the
tell
day,
you,
if you're going
some
to support
things
something,
mean something,
if you're gonna
others
support
mean
something, you support
nothing.
it. You
right?
don't have to
Football
put a
is a
penny into
load
it.
of
You don't have
crap,
to
and it's there
go
to make
a
you think
comedian
illogically.
show.
Right?
Oh my God, I'm sorry for speaking over you because I don't want to do that.
Now
But-
listen, let me explain to you. Here's the deal, right? When it comes to football, you don't care about that football team. All you're doing is saying, I was born
Listen,
here, and that's
you
why
can
I support that
You
person.
can support something, but the thing is, they don't give a shit about you, so it don't really matter, does it?
Listen, no, don't turn the airwaves blue, right? No more swearing.
Sorry
for
that.
Let me tell you, right? That football team that you technically support, right? What does that mean when you say that you support them? Explain to the nation exactly what your support means.
All right. At the end of the day, the way I feel about everything, yeah. Now, I play football. I've played football for years, obviously. Now, at the end of the day, I like the game. Now, I like all the other teams. I've got no rivalry at all of Birmingham City, no one. But I like Aston Villa because I was born round it and my family support it. That is the only real means of it that I do. But
No,
I
so
like the
you don't
game.
really like them. You just related to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you don't really support them, do you? You don't actually actually care about them at all, because they can do whatever they want and you will always support them.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they can take you for granted. They know that you're in the bank, right? They know that you're irrelevant. What you doesn't matter. They don't even need to turn up.
Yeah, but
they don't even need to play. What kind of support is that? Imagine that, Mark, in Birmingham, right? If I was to say to you, oh, right, you know, I'm going to support you in everything you do, and you go, oh, that's great, thanks, Nick, thanks for that. And then you went and did something. Imagine, Mark, you went and did something and it was rubbish.
You're imagining something that's not happening.
Right? And I'd go, oh, well, it doesn't matter because I support you because I happen to be born in the same area.
It's a different level of respect. Football is a game. You've got to understand that. You understand the concept of it, and then you can understand how much support you need to put into it.
Nonsense. Listen,
Nonsense,
Mark.
Okay.
Good call, man. Thanks for calling the show. Good to talk to you, Mark in Birmingham. He was good. 0845 688 1052. It doesn't make any sense if you support something that doesn't need supporting. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Amy Jones, what?
You've just said,
yes?
You just purely said on the airways that you support the comedian Stuart Lee because you think he's good and you think like he deserves your support.
That's right.
You must think he's rubbish and that's why you support him. In your logic, he should be rubbish.
No, I think
so. You're just going completely against what you said.
No,
you're completely contradicting.
No, it's interesting.
Your whole argument.
No, I haven't. It's quite interesting because Stuart Lee, right? I think he's good, and that's why I support him. But also, he's spent a long time not being very popular, right? So I've been turning up and paying to see his gigs and thinking he's good and watching him, right? In a year's time from now, you mark my words, everyone listening to this show will know exactly who Stuart Lee is. He's got a huge TV show that's going to go out on mainstream television, and he'll be massive. And when that happens, probably I won't support him quite as much. I'll think, you know, it'd be a bit like Johnny Vegas. You'll think, he's gone off the boil now, hasn't he? Now everyone likes him. Do you see? That's how it works. That's how it works. It's like a band. If a band becomes really successful, loads of people listening to me now know that it's not as good. You know it's not as good. It's better when no one else likes them. That's when it's fun. That's when Nirvana were at their best, when no one knew who they were. Then suddenly, when Matey's on top of the pops, you think, it's gone, hasn't it? It's ruined. Even though he's not singing properly, even though he's pretending to sing, he's sort of trying to, do it from the inside. It's still not good enough. It's ruined. The whole thing's over. Oasis, the rise and fall of Oasis. No further questions, Your Honour. Brilliant band, very exciting when they were an indie band. Definitely, maybe, was, how exciting. Suddenly, the day I heard some prick who I didn't like singing Wonderwall, that was it. Game over. It's like, they're not as good. They're never going to be as good. Some fat meathead singing Wonderwall as he walks home. After all, hey. I love singing things like this. Hey, everyone likes it. Hey, you're my Wonderwall. Game over. Don't like the band. Ruined it. You rugby playing fathead with your liking things that are supposed to be just for me. Right. Red Dog, you're on Kerrang. Welcome to the show. Red Dog in Birmingham. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, fella?
Yeah, I'm all right. What you got to tell us?
Oh, can't seem to see your point of view at the moment, fella.
Right, well, I'll help you out.
Right, okay. First of all, what's fundamentally wrong with boxing, then?
Fundamentally wrong with boxing? People are getting hurt and everyone's cheering that pain.
Right, okay. So, would you prefer boxing was banned?
No. What I want to happen, Red Dog, right, is I want all of the boxers to hear me talking on the radio and go, yeah, he's right, man. Let's not do this anymore, right? And that's what I want. So I don't want to actually... You can't force people to enlightenment, right? You can take a horse to water, you can't make it drink, right? What I want is for everyone listening who's a boxer to go, yeah, man, let's just be nice, right? And then... the next boxing match that happens, everyone turns up, everyone's going, rah, rah, they're all going, yeah, go on, hurt each other. And then the two boxers, they get in the ring, and one of them takes the microphone and says, hey, dudes, listen, come on, guys, I've been listening to the Big Show, right? And I've realised what we're doing here is wrong, man.
Right.
We should be loving each other, not...
Let's assume I agreed with you, which I don't.
Yeah.
In that case, boxing is normally point-based. You hit somebody, you score a point.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're going to knock lumps out of people, you're going to attempt to KO them and end the fight prematurely. Right. So we'll say for every time you make a successful hit, you get points.
Yeah.
If you were to KO somebody or knock them down, you get points reduced.
Right.
Therefore, they wouldn't hit each other as hard. They'd just tap each other, just make like semi-contact hits in order to score points.
So your way of improving it is to knock out. A knockout equals a reduction in your points.
Yeah, or a knocked down, so they wouldn't hit each other so hard. If I agreed with you, which I don't, but that would be a way of doing it.
Why don't you agree with me, then?
Because these people are professional athletes. They work really hard. They have a controlled diet. They don't drink. They don't smoke in order to be the best athletes they can be. And if that means striking each other, so be it.
Don't you think it would be better, right, Red Dog, if instead, you know, you had two people would get into a boxing ring and they'd make love with each other, right? And you had to be physically fit, obviously, to be a good lover. You'd have to work out on that, and that would be better, wouldn't it?
But
you know,
it wouldn't be boxing. That would be sex in the ring, wouldn't it?
It'd rhyme with boxing, but no, it wouldn't be. But they could, you
that
know.
would be a different sport entirely, and people do pay to watch that sort of thing, but generally not on prime time TV.
Well, I don't know. You see, this is what I'm saying. If our society was better, right, then everyone would turn up and they'd go, right, we're not going to see boxing. We're going to see something that rhymes with boxing, right, where two people, they're going to get down to a good bit of, let's call it boxing for the moment, right, and there they would be.
Thing is, Nick, there are other pay-per-view channels where you can watch that if you want, if that's the way inclined you are.
Don't you think
that
we
is
live in
not
a...
boxing, that is another sport entirely.
But, Red Dog, don't you think we live in a messed up society, right, where people think that violence is better than love?
I think it's... People don't think that. If people want love, they will go elsewhere. If people want to watch boxing, which is a sporting contest, they'll watch boxing. People get hurt in every sport. People get bones broken in rugby. They get bones broken in football, judo, you name it. People get hurt. When human beings clash, they get hurt. That's just part of the game.
Yeah,
There's
and you're right.
intent.
If they were making love, potentially there would be the opportunity for injury.
People get hurt doing that occasionally.
That's right. Yeah, there's the opportunity for injury, but at the same time, that's not the aim, is it? The aim of boxing, look at it however you want. The aim of boxing is to hurt each other.
If you want to look at it that way, the option can it's to win. The object is to score points. Unfortunately, if you KO somebody, you score more points and you get the game finished early. So, yeah, you are physically trying to basically turn your opponent's brain off.
Physical's the word, though, isn't it? There's nothing spiritual about it, is there?
There is nothing spiritual. I mean, if you look at Thai boxing, there is a whole ritual that goes beforehand where you pray to the gods, etc. So you can bring spiritual elements into martial combat if you wish to. But from a Western boxing point of view, no, there isn't. Although people normally pray to God before and after. If you look at, say, Prince Hamid, he will do his little ritual speech before. If you look at George Foreman, he will thank God before and after a fight. So if you want to get on the spiritual side, then a lot of people who are boxers have spiritual beliefs, but it's not a necessity.
Do you know what, Red Dog? Good call. Thanks for calling the show, Red Dog in Birmingham. Let's move to, how do I say this? Elias. Am I saying that right? Elias in London.
Well, yeah, actually, that's fine.
Ah, good. Okay, and what have you called us to tell us?
Well, I wanted to talk about boxing, to be honest, because you said it's a bit too violent.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, maybe, you can make it a bit more family-friendly. I don't know, maybe get someone dressed up as, Mr. Blobby, then the other person dressed up as Barney the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Maybe strap rubber chickens to their head facing each other so they, dangle about while they're looking at each other.
That's good, yeah.
Maybe even give them those little plastic clubs people to use. Oh, no, actually, give them those, I don't know if you ever noticed those gladiator toys that used to be sold back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Give them those. But, of course, you'd have to place restrictions because you don't want them hitting each other too hard.
Yeah, so what you're saying, let me just keep... in fact, Amy, will you make a note of this?
I am making a note as we
We'll
speak.
send this off to the boxing authorities.
Yeah, write it down, yeah.
So hang on. Elias is suggesting the following things. Comedy outfits, right? Big foam hands, rubber chickens.
Yeah.
All of those things necessary. Any other ideas, Elias? This is making sense to me, yeah.
You could potentially get, make it a bit sort of R-rated, but you could get Kevin Smith commentating the entire thing.
Kevin Smith, he's the guy in Mallrats, right?
Yeah, Silent Bob, yeah.
Yeah, so he could be commentating, yeah, that would be all right. Also, I think maybe the next step for boxing is to actually introduce cardboard boxes, because it should have some sort of...
They have to beat themselves out of a box.
Yeah, I just don't know how or why. I just think scatter some in there,
Maybe they could sneak around each other in cardboard boxes,
Yeah.
Just crouch inside and sort of sort of approach the other person from behind and knock them in the back of the head.
That's good.
Although cardboard boxes are a bit dangerous because they've got sharp edges and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
How does health and safety work with this kind of stuff? Why can't, kids play British Bulldog, right? But grown men can beat each other senseless in a boxing ring. They're both governed by the same laws, and there's no health and safety guy going, "Ooh, I don't know that you can hit each other like that."
Wet sponges.
Wet sponges.
You have to use wet sponges as weapons.
Well, I thought pillow fights were quite exciting. Maybe that's the way forward. Yeah, go on, Elias.
Or you could have someone on standby with, little plasters or something. Or maybe some Dettol or something to put on the injury.
They'd have to be the dinosaur plasters, though, the ones that have got dinosaur pictures on them.
Oh, yeah, the pink ones, right? Yeah.
Or we've got some Mr. Bump ones, maybe something like that to add a comedy element to it. That's always good. And clown noses. We like the addition of clown noses.
Oh yeah,
wigs.
you could even use that for comedy relief or something. Put it on there for a bit of money for charity or something.
That'd be good. Yeah, and no men are allowed in the audience because they make it a violent atmosphere.
Oh yeah, because then it'd be a sausage fest. You just don't want that.
You don't want a sausage fest, whatever that means. What you need women only watching it. So it would be women only, and they could cheer, going yay, right, and everyone could run around. And there you go, we've sorted it. Elias, great call. Thanks for calling the show. Sorted, right? Send that off to the boxing.
I hate to put it down on your idea, but that was an extremely sexist comment that you just said then. And the women will be there in the crowds going, yay!
Well,
we all sit there thinking of daisies and flowers.
Yeah, actually, no, you're right. You're right. Women are aggressive. And,
yeah, we are.
And can be horrible. So, no, you're right. I'll revise that, right?
Sorry, I just thought I'd
you're right.
put that out there.
That was sexist, and women don't like generalisations generally. So here's what we'll do instead: is I'll revise that. What I meant to say is nice people, because you're right. There are some women who aren't nice, and we don't want them there.
Exactly.
So just nice people invited. Let's get Rob in Erdington on. Rob, you're on Kerrang. Welcome to the show. What have you called us to tell us?
Just nice people invited. You're correct, sir.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
What have you called us to tell us?
You're correct, sir.
I'm correct. I am correct. I'm always correct, Rob. I'm right about everything.
Well, yes and no.
You've
in
my
still got
opinion,
old. You've
I'm
still
right
got to
about
learn,
everything.
son.
I've got to get old.
You've got to get old.
I've got to get old, right? Well, consider me told. I've got to get old. Yes.
What have you got to say now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that, and now I've done it.
Go on then.
Yeah, it's done.
I'm going to say that.
Yes. Maybe we should introduce something called logic into the conversation now.
Thanking you.
No, exactly. No need, really, is there? I mean, probably best not to.
No need.
Anyway,
but, if we don't say, what else conversation have we got?
Exactly. Continue it in the sort of Dadaist, surreal sense. Much better.
Whatever goes on before.
Yeah, snatches of nonsense
matter.
here and there. Exactly.
Unless you have a conversation, nothing happens.
Yeah, exactly. If you take the word sense and add the word non and
take the word to sense.
Yeah, that's right. Then that's what we've got, isn't it? A little bit of
that's all we've got.
That's all life is, isn't it? A little bit of splendid nonsense. We're just stumbling through. None of it makes any sense, does it, Rob? We don't know why we're here, where we're going, or what's happening. And that's the fundamental question that everyone always asks themselves.
That's
what
the fundamental
really
question
is
that
going
is
on,
fun.
right? We don't know, do
fundamental.
We? Yeah,
F-U-N, I spell it.
Yes.
Fun.
Exactly. We don't know, do we? We're just confused.
We just don't know.
Essentially.
Have a go.
Exactly. What's happening right now, right, is all the people listening to us, they are the universe, they're all the universe, and they're listening to the universe talking to itself. And,
they are
frankly, it occasionally makes sense, but the majority of the signals that you receive are chaos and nonsense. You're the one structuring it and applying order. You're the one applying meaning to the static electricity of life. There's just a load of nonsense, just spewing forward, just words, noises, not even words, just noises, just garbling out, and occasionally it starts to make sense.
Just get out your bed.
I know what they're doing. I see he's sort of subverting something, isn't he? He's playing with the idea of chaos. No, he's not. He's just talking rubbish. He's making up as he goes along. No, he's prepared this bit. He thought about it in advance and thought maybe one day he'll get a caller and he can try this idea of just spewing out chaos and random.
Just get out of bed.
You're the main man. Thanks for the call.
Nexus plays.
Robin Erdington. Right. I don't know. Best not to speculate. Here's what's going to happen. I think that guy was one of the best calls we've had all night. If he doesn't win call of the night, there's no justice. But Amy Jones is the one who gets to decide, and we'll find out just before the end of the show, just before Johnny Doom comes on the air, where we obviously elect a caller of the night, and that will be happening right after we do straight to air calls, which is the bit which is even more chaotic than what just happened. We open the phone lines, you call, and you get straight onto the air. And that's what happens there. But before that, what's going to happen is we're going to get Tony Bourne from the Truth Corporation onto the airwaves. This guy He's a top author. He's written a book that conclusively proves the existence of God. He's a theologian and philosopher. He's going to come on the airwaves. He's going to explain to me, your old pal Nikolai, why God definitely exists. No doubt about it. Tony Bourne coming up next here on Kerrang.
The night before with Nick Margerison.
With us we have Tony Bourne from The Truth Corporation, author of the online book Death After Life. He's had a massive response to his book that apparently clearly sets out the argument that proves God exists. So, Tony, tell me your argument for why God exists.
Hello there, Nick. We start off looking at, if he does exist, who made him?
So who did make God?
Well, God made God.
Right. He's not man-made then?
No, he's not man-made, no.
Right. Okay. Right, so God made God.
God made God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so what does that mean? Who is God? What are you talking about?
Well, God is God. There's only one God. God is unique. God has always existed, right? And he always will exist. And he is separate to mankind. Where did you come from? I mean, you were born, say, 30, 40 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Came out of my mummy's tummy.
Ago?
What was I doing 50 years ago? I came out of my mummy's tummy and I was grown, I wasn't made. And that's quite an important distinction.
Right.
Just like my mum came out of her mummy's tummy, grown, not made.
Right.
Same deal, and that goes snakes back all the way to when we were apes, and then pre-apes when we were fish, and then before then when we were bacteria crawling around on the surface of the ocean.
Rightio. So you follow the evolution idea. I used to share your opinion, so I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read a few things, and I started doing some research, and I looked into science, and I looked into creation of matter and stuff like that. And I thought, well, this all seems to make a little bit of sense, evolution, planets evolving, and Big Bang, and all this sort of stuff.
Lots of evidence to back it up.
And then I thought, then I was in Cornwall the one time, and I was at this, these Cine 180 things. And it was showing you details of the Big Bang there. And he said, what it said was, all of the matter that was just floating around in the ether all suddenly got drawn together by the effects of gravity until it reached such an intensity that it exploded out and formed the universe. And I thought to myself, well, where did the matter that was floating around in the ether come from in the first place?
Yeah.
And what's your view on that?
I can explain that. Well, I can explain my view on that if you want. Very, very important, this. Now, listen, both Amy and Alex always bang on at me about going on about this, but I think it's one of the most important fundamentals for people to understand.
Yeah.
We have a saying, out of nothing comes nothing.
Right.
And that's not true.
Right.
The one thing that always happens whenever you experience nothing is something comes, right? Something bounces out of nothing, because the two go hand in hand. So, I'll give you an example, right? Imagine a vast space of nothing, the universe. Imagine nothing.
Yeah.
Imagine an empty universe. Nothing. Nothing at all. But there's you imagining it.
Yeah.
So always from nothing comes... I'll give you another example, what we were talking about before, the void, all right? What can you remember prior to being born? Well, nothing. That's what nothing, when you think about it, that's what it thinks like, so to speak, But what happened? Well, you had an infinite stretch of nothing. Well, not quite infinite, because you appear. Wherever nothing is... something comes out of it.
You are made of flesh and bone.
Okay.
Right. That material has to come from somewhere, doesn't it?
No.
No. Okay.
No, you see, this is what I'm saying to you. It has to come from nothing. It doesn't require a God to make or do anything.
Let's forget Adam and Eve, right? Because obviously you're not of that persuasion.
Yeah, obviously it's balls. It's Kerrang Radio tonight. Before we got Tony Bourne with us. He wrote a book called Death After Life. A huge response online. A lot of people believe that it proves God exists. But you know what? Let me tell you, Tony. Do you think that God is all powerful?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, obviously in that case, if God wants you to do something, he can make you do it.
No.
No. So his power is limited by your free will, by your ability to make choices. So he's not all powerful.
Let me redefine that, because the way you've put that question is slightly misleading. God can make you do whatever he wants you to do, yes, but he chooses not to.
Right.
He gives you free will.
Yeah.
And allows you to choose between right and wrong. He leaves that decision up to you.
Yeah.
Right? He chooses to allow people to believe in him or not believe in him.
So he could force you to do things if he wanted to.
he wanted to.
But he's decided not to.
He's decided not to.
In that case, if I do fall into the pit of hell,
Yeah.
do you not think it would be his fault for not saving me? He made me.
No, he gives you every opportunity.
Yeah, but he hasn't intervened. When I fall into the pit of hell, he could catch me. Easy. His powers are without limits.
Yes, of course they are. Well, look, what happens when you die? You go and you face judgment, right? And God will talk to you about, or whatever, about what's happening in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And he will say, on the 13th of October, or whatever, so-and-so was speaking to you about this subject.
Oh, right. God, right. Yeah, so he's going to have a... You don't really believe that, do you? He's going to go... He's going to go...
Now, you ignored the advice.
Yeah.
And you went and you robbed an old lady of a weekly pension.
Yeah.
And then 3 weeks later you murdered someone.
Yeah.
And so now you're facing judgment, and I'm going to put you in hell.
Right, so he'll say that to me, and I'll say to him, well, I thought I was allowed to do that. You never stopped me.
You are allowed to do that. Of course you are.
Yeah, well, in that case, why did you allow me to do that? You should have pointed out that I wasn't allowed to do it.
No, but...
I don't think he's warning us effectively.
Well, he's not made it easy.
He's not made it easy at all. In fact, he's made it very hard.
Because
it's almost like his plan is flawed.
No, his plan is perfect.
It's not perfect, though, is it? Because some people aren't getting through.
No, because he gives...
Let me ask you this then, right?
Yeah?
Is it the case that hell is a punishment designed to make you do the right thing?
No.
No.
Hell is a punishment.
It is a punishment, but it's not designed to make you do the right thing.
No, because he comes after the event, doesn't he?
Because let me tell you, here's one of the things that I've always found interesting. Right now, remember, I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
But when you think about the devil, right, the devil is the guy who comes along and takes all the baddies and puts them in prison. I mean, he's a prison warden, really.
No, Nick, you got it slightly wrong, actually.
Whereas God forgives them. What God seems to do, and this is in Christianity, is God seems to say that if you do stuff wrong, he doesn't mind. He'll let you off. In fact, he'll protect you from the devil. And so if I do stuff wrong, if I do mug that old lady and then ask for forgiveness, God lets me off. He's the baddie. The devil's the goodie.
Nick, first of all...
He's punishing all the evil people.
First of all, the devil is not the prison warder. The devil is an inmate of prison.
Perhaps they're two beings. One is more powerful than the other. And what do we know? We know that the devil punishes evil. We know that God forgives evil. We know that the devil has a place called hell where all the evil people are going to go, and he'll keep them there, right? Whereas we know that God wants to keep people out of hell. So all these people who are horrific, horrible people, right at the top of the pyramid, who get away with terrible things because they just ask Jesus to forgive them.
No. If you look back to the original setup, when God created, the first thing he created was the spirit world, the angels and the devils.
Right.
Now, he created them and everything was going along okay. Then he decided to create mankind.
Yeah.
So he created Adam.
Uh-huh.
Now, he told the angels that he created Adam superior to the angels. So he asked the angels to bow down to Adam, right? All of the angels did except the devil. The devil said, no, I'm better than Adam, right?
This is from Milton, isn't it? Paradise Lost, yeah.
Yeah?
It's not in the Bible, this, is it? Anyway, go on.
And whatever, yeah. It's all over the place.
It's all made
but
up,
basically, God could have stopped the devil, but he decided not to.
Right, so he made a mistake there.
No, he didn't make a mistake. It was in his plan in the first place. He knew what the devil was going to say before he even said it.
Now, Tony, as I'm not sure, final question for you.
Yeah.
But doesn't it say in the Bible that there's only like a certain number of people that can go to heaven?
That's in Revelation, isn't it? And
There's a finite number.
Who wrote Revelation? I think they were on something, to be honest.
Right. So you don't think there is a limit to the number of people that can go to heaven?
Absolutely not. No.
Right.
There's something. I remember reading Revelation. It was the first book, first section of the Bible that I read, and I sat down and I couldn't believe it.
I think it's amazing. I think it's the best bit.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it. That's amazing.
I thought he was complete and utter garbage.
Oh, I love it. I love that bit, and then there's the other bit with Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah is amazing.
Right.
Listen, Tony Bourne, thanks for coming on the show.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
Kerrang Radio.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to dive into the strange world of anonymous sex disasters, right? And these come in the form of anonymous confessions about terrible, sex-based disasters, and some of them are merciless, so brace yourself for this. Here is why it's a rated 18 show. Right, Amy Jones.
I was about to have sex when I looked down and saw cheese on my pride and jewels, and now my mates call me Cheddar Frau.
Actual real cheese?
It doesn't go into detail.
Weirdly, I quite like cheese, so
Yeah.
I'm not that put off by that story.
But it must be... No, I think that story involves actual real cheese.
Camembert, if you will.
It just dropped on... Maybe he was eating some cheese and crackers and it just...
dropped on there.
Splat.
Nice. When I was younger, my foreskin physically burst and split because it was so tight.
Oh, God.
Happened in my toilet and I had to walk 2 miles to get to hospital where they fixed me up.
Oh God.
Ouch.
That's brutal.
My sex disaster, asking, are you still awake?
I unknowingly slipped out of my girlfriend and ended up rubbing myself between her bottom and the carpet.
Oh!
The friction burns took 3 weeks to heal.
Oh,
Ouch.
hello. That's not nice, is it?
I had sex on the stairs and the girl's whole family walked through the door.
Ooh.
Embarrassing.
There you go. How the hell are we?
My sex disaster, I once climbed into the wrong bed and cuddled naked with my girlfriend's mum. Good times.
I got naked and she couldn't stop laughing.
Oh,
I love that. I've done that before.
having oral sex, girl gagged and puked on me.
Oh.
Nice.
That's not nice, is it?
That's disgusting.
That's going to be acidic as well, the puke.
Oh, God.
Right, I've got one here.
Genuinely horrible.
Right, and this story, I think it's a friend of a friend story, because I've heard a similar story in the past. Let me read it to you. I can't see which bit's not true, but I've heard it before, but I'll read it to you anyway. Right, having a one-night stand, this was via email, having a one-night stand and hooked up with a guy who, by the looks of it, although it was very dark, was very well endowed. So I was a little bit nervous, and as a consequence, not quite as ready for what was about to happen as I would ordinarily be. We got down to it, and his penis felt very strange once it was inside me. Then he seemed to slip, and there was a sort of tearing sound. Half of his penis remained inside me.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
He fell off, blood going everywhere.
What?
I thought I'd broken it.
Sounds like that film Teeth.
Yeah, I thought I'd broken it.
Oh, God.
The guy makes excuses, says he has to go, leaves.
What left with her?
It was like a bleeding stump.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I obviously go to the doctor the next day, still with something inside me.
Oh, God. What
It's
was it?
removed. It's a plastic attachment to the end of his penis.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
What do you mean, attachment? How would you attach it?
I don't know.
Like glue?
I've heard that story before.
Oh,
That
my
is
God.
amazing.
So there you go. Thanks
Oh,
for
my
the-
God.
Double-sided sticky tape.
It's not
or something.
even an anonymous email, so the
That's
person who
horrible.
sent that, if you want to call the show, you can maybe enlighten us. She signed a name, but
Oh, God.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard a similar story. Apparently, there some sort of plastic attachment. You attach it to the end of your.
What, with like string or something?
I don't really understand how
Staples.
exactly it works.
Ooh,
I've not,
staples.
Yeah, I've still to look into it.
The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
You are now a member of the Half-12 Hardcore.
Alrighty then, let's see how this goes. 0845 688 1052 is my phone number. You call the show. You end up live to the nation like this person. Kerrang, you're on the air. What's your name?
I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. You want to do it in my butt? In my butt. You want to do it in my butt? In my butt. It's okay. If you got to fight, it's okay.
Yes. You're scaring me. Bye-bye. Thanks for the call.
Who are you?
That was fast.
That was the butt of the joke.
Hey, I'm
talking about.
it's
He wasn't
comedy.
talking about his bottom of that, I'm sure. Right, Kerrang, you're on the air. What's your name?
It's James, the taxi driver.
Hello, James, the taxi driver. What have you called us to tell us?
Right, you know you were saying about you wanted to be the guy who pressed the one note in the band who was playing the one-note tune, yeah?
Yes.
I want to be the guy who bangs the drum on Deal or No Deal when they open the boxes.
Oh, yeah. You're ace.
That would be genuinely legendary, wouldn't it? Yeah. That would be
Imagine
exciting.
if that was your job.
That's interesting.
In many ways, that's all our jobs.
But, it sounds like fun. Boom.
Do you know what? I think perhaps we may well have broken the phone lines, which is quite exciting. Yeah. Listen, James Saxon, have a good call. Thanks for calling the show. I don't know how I explain that to the nation, but the phone lines are absolutely chaotic at the moment. Let's keep answering the calls. Hopefully, it'll continue to work. Kerrang, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hello, it's Hugh.
Hey,
hello, Hugh.
Where are you calling from, ma'am?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, shouldn't have to. And what have you called us to tell us?
Right, you're on about those hurting yourself when having sex.
Oh, well, yes, we did. We were talking about sex disasters. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a sex disaster once.
Okay.
I was at this girl's party.
Yeah.
And ended up in her bed.
Yes.
And we were having sex, and I was, giving it the good old going over.
The Hugh magic, yeah.
Yeah, and she was sort of playing with herself at the same time.
Okay.
Good times.
All right, we're very much on the edge of what we can broadcast here.
The knife edge.
I've got my finger on the button to cut him off in case it all goes wrong.
Okay,
Carry on,
and
Hugh.
she had a diamond ring on, sort of this diamondish ring on.
Yes.
She was getting married.
And I was, I don't know it was a ring, and I was sort of going a bit too fast and ended up sort of pulling out and pushing up and cut the end of myself on her ring.
Oh, God! Why?
And he's still got the scars to prove it.
Yeah! It was like a diamond shape, sort of like when you've got the thing that the stuff comes out of.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
God. Yes.
I had sort of like a V shape coming out of that sort of cut.
God.
Can we not talk
Maybe
about
you've
this
got
anymore?
bits of diamond in there.
Bad Hugh.
That'd be
Right,
amazing.
let's move on. Let's move on.
Bad
Hugh.
Kerrang, you're on the air. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
It's a tooth fairy.
It's who, sorry?
The tooth fairy.
The Kiss Theory. Right, okay. And what have you called us to tell us the Kiss Theory?
No, the tooth fairy.
The Tits Theory. All right. Yes.
Oh, yeah, well, she had Grim on the show, the Grim Reaper.
Grim
the
Reaper.
Grim Reaper, yeah.
Yeah. Next time you see him, can you tell him that owes me a £5?
He owes you £5.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
ask
the
the Grim
last thing you
Reaper.
want to do is have the Grim Reaper coming round to your house with £5.
No, next
£5 of death!
Yeah, it doesn't seem worth it, does it? Yeah, I don't know. I'll mention it to him. What's your name again?
It's the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy. Oh,
the Tooth Fairy. Flap your wings, flap your wings.
There you go. Right, thanks for the call. 0845 688 1052. Straight to our calls. Kerrang, you're on the air. Welcome to the show. Oh, God, that's so
It's really quiet in the background.
Hang on.
He understands it all too well. Evil is the part of man he attempts to shun.
Is it from Saw?
Hellboy or something.
Is it the...
It's off some
Or is it
film
Watchmen? Is it the new...
I hope it's not off Watchmen. Watchmen is just going to be an awful film.
No, it's not going to be an awful film. It's going to be a really good film.
The reckoning is upon us.
Yeah, well, that was wonderful. Thanks for the call. Let's
Nicely
move on.
put.
Yeah, Kerrang, you're on the air. What's your name? What have you done?
Who are you?
Yes, hello. Shouldn't have to.
Where were you born?
Rings a radio station, gets on the air, hears all of the conversation, even the, hello, who are you and stuff. Can't be bothered.
Shouldn't have to. In many ways. Busy.
Should we leave them on hold whilst
Might
we
as
take
well.
the other calls? All right,
See what
let's leave
happens.
them on hold. Let's see if something develops.
Put them out to pasture. No.
Doesn't want to talk to
Well,
you.
it's kind of exciting, isn't it? We've got an element of random there, right? That could develop into someone...
It's a bit threatening in a way.
Leave it open and put
Could
someone
be
else on the air and then see
someone
what
crying,
happens.
going, I'm lonely, any second
Oh,
now.
God, don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that might
Let's
happen.
hope it's not that.
Yeah, a bit of hilarity might kick off.
That's
Who
not
knows?
funny.
Who knows? I'm not saying it's funny. I'm just saying... I'm not saying
Hello?
it's just... Hello, Kerrang?
Hello?
Oh, yes, God. Right, Kerrang.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Right, yes. Kerrang, you're on the air. What's your name? Hello.
I have good time in country of yours, yes?
Good. Yes, right, okay.
Your country nice. Nice
Yes.
country.
Right, yes. Yes, he's seen the
It's
Borat
country.
film and thought, oh, that looks easy. I'm sure I can do that without causing offence. Yes, carry on, yes. Right.
I like your country very
Yes,
much. I
yes.
would like to move here.
Yes, brilliant. So, that's great. Is there a punchline to this, or is it just wild stabs in the dark?
Both.
Yeah. Let me tell you, mate, that accent just doesn't work on any level. But thanks for the call. All the best. There, good.
That could have been his actual accent.
He's done that kind of thing. He's done that kind of thing probably with friends right?
Yeah. And they've gone,
all,
wow.
No,
They've humoured
they haven't.
him.
They've all just gone, and then they've never talked to him again. They've just wandered off and gone, oh, that was.
You're being quite morbid with the friend front
I'm
tonight,
just
aren't
saying
you?
that
I'm lonely and alone.
There was a comedian, Tony Lowe, who talks about this. How everyone's got the accent. Everyone's got a friend who does an accent like that. That's not right, either artistically or morally. Right? Tony Lowe, fantastic comedian. Look him up and enjoy his stuff. Right, okay. Now we come to the moment where we ask who is caller of the night.
And it's going to be Rob in Erdington.
Rob in Erdington.
He was talking about boxing.
Hey, good work.
And he also said,
yeah,
I spell it F-U-N, fundamental. The Night Before with Nick Margerison.
Podcast.